Hi and welcome. Process measurements, something like flow, pressure, or temperature, they are very important for us as chemical or process engineers. They are our eyes on what is happening inside our plant. They are essential for monitoring and control. These measurements usually will have errors because the accuracy of our devices is not 100%. Something like flow meters, for example, it can have up to 1 or 2% deviation. So here, data reconciliation becomes very important and it can be of great value. Okay. In order to see how this can be utilized in your plant very quickly and simply, I will just take you through this example. Let's imagine that we have a vessel here. This nice vessel is receiving 1000 kilogram per hour from the inlet, and it should divide the flow by 500 in the top and 500 in the bottom. However, usually you will have one measurement here in the inlet and second measurement here in the outlet, but you will not have the third one for cost reduction. So usually what we will do, we will assume that this value here is 500. We will assume that it's ideal case and this is the only available thing for us to do. However, if we managed to put some money and invest in this, we will not measure 500. We will measure something like maybe 495. I'm not sure, but something around this. This means that we have an error in the mass balance. The inlet is 1000 and the outlet is less by 5 kilograms per hour. And we need to solve this. Which one of those is wrong? So maybe this is not 1000, maybe this is less by 5. Maybe this one is not 500, maybe this one is increased by 5. Okay, so here becomes a data reconciliation feature in Hysys very useful for us. For example, if I have a case like this with one click here, I will send these data to my model, okay? And my model will try to calculate the new parameters to minimize the total error between these measurements. So let's try to see this. Okay, once I did that, I have here the new results. So Hysys is telling me that in order to reduce the total error between the measurements, I am expecting to have these values. Okay, so this is how the reconciliation works. This will be like dividing the error between the measurements based on what we call the standard deviation. This value here also, this is very important because sometimes you have accurate devices more than others. So this means the standard deviation will be less. So if, for example, the standard deviation for this reading is less, I am telling Hysys, please consider this to be more accurate. So the value will be, the value of the reconciliation will be a little bit closer to this. So let's try to see this. Okay, so Hysys understands this point and it gives me results that is closer to the one that has lower standard deviation. Standard deviation can be also can be received from your historian for your data. So now we see how it works. It's very simple and straightforward. Of course, there is a case, Hysys case in the background of this, and there are some parameters that have been defined to do this reconciliation. But this is how it becomes easy to reconcile your data with only one click. Okay, so I have here 3 quick points. We have seen this point, how to reduce the measurements error overall the plant. And the second point is soft sensors. Now let's imagine we have a heat exchanger here on this point, and we have temperature measurements. So by adding these temperature measurements to the reconciliation, this temperature can help me to identify the flow rate in this line. So again, they can be used as a soft sensor to guess the flow. They will be also added to the reconciliation and reduce their error in addition to these measurements. One more feature from this technique in Hysys for data reconciliation is that you can send or update all your model parameters with one click. What does that mean? So for example, let's assume that you are going to increase your plant capacity by 20%. So you don't need to go to your model now and keep changing all the flow rates one by one. Just by receiving these data from your historian, let's say that now the coming data are like this, and let's say here we have 610, and now we have like not 600, let's say 598, I'm not sure, whatever. So now these are the data. With our reconciliation again, one click, we will send all the data and all the model parameters will be updated to match the new plant parameters. Okay, with the reconciliation, of course. This is how we can use the reconciliation function. It's very interesting, it's very nice, and hopefully it can be useful for more accurate control and monitoring of your plant. Thank you.